next sub we're going to work on is the Bluebird, and it is going to have another one of our award-winning sauces, the sweet sriracha, on it. It is 2 chicken tenders coated in sauce with blue cheese, lettuce, and tomato. It's another sub that is very popular in Buffalo, so we brought it down because we used to eat it all the time. So this is one of those, I always order this sandwich. If I'm not ordering wings, this is the sandwich that I'm going for. So first and foremost, we're gonna drop our chicken tenders down because they take the longest amount of time. So they're gonna go down for 8 minutes at the 350 degrees. So now that the chicken tenders have been cooking for 3 minutes, we're gonna put our bread in there because the bread's gonna take about 4.5 minutes to cook, 4.5 to 5. So we're gonna throw that in the oven. And I'm gonna work on the side Caesar salad, which that's what this item calls for. This one's another very simple item because you can just make it right ahead of time to get it out of the way so you know that it's done. So for this one, we're going to plate the sub into a medium-sized basket and then have our 10-ounce salad bowl that's going to go on the side because the salad bowl doesn't really work in the dish in itself. But what we're going to do, the easiest way to do this for portion control purposes is we're going to take our chopped up romaine and we're going to fill it up. This is a 10-ounce bowl, so it's going to be roughly about 8.5 ounces of romaine. We're going to fill that up. We're going to put it into our mixing bowl. 2 ounces of Caesar dressing goes in. And then we're going to mix it up. And then we're going to plate this, as you see. And now we're going to add our croutons, which is a 2-ounce ramekin of croutons, and then a 2-ounce ramekin of shredded Parmesan cheese. So now that our tenders are up, they've been cooked for 8 minutes, we're gonna shake the excess grease off. Here we're gonna check the temperature of them. This is something we do every single time. So the Dirty Buffalo Gold Standard has 7 items on it. Number 1, proper portion control of each ingredient. Number 2, heated to proper temp. Number 3, meets our color standard. Number 4 is seasoned properly. Number 5 is sauced properly and coated. Number 6 is not to overcook anything. And number 7 is to be presented properly on a plate. This is not something that is just a thought because not every chicken tender is going to take the same amount of time to cook because, as you see, the difference in size. This is the meatier end to the smaller end. This end right here will only take about 6.5 minutes to cook, but this will take over 8 minutes. So, but as you see in this chicken tender, it's more the same size. So that's why it is so important that you check the biggest part of the chicken. And you can see that it's white all the way through. We don't want to see any pink. This isn't a hamburger. This is chicken. Chicken will get you sick. So now we're going to take the sweet sriracha sauce. That's award-winning. I'll just keep emphasizing that because I'm proud of it. We have 3 ounces of sweet sriracha, so just like we did before, we're going to toss it initially, and then we're just going to kind of paint it on and pool the sauce in together so we get full coverage. We're going to swing them over this way with our bread that has been toasted for 4.5 minutes, and we're going to lay the chicken tenders down. But it's very important, again, to get it to where you could make that cut right here. Like that's a cut that I'm gonna make because if I cut it this way, that little piece of chicken's gonna fall off, that little piece of chicken's gonna fall off, and if it falls off on here and doesn't make it out to the plate, that's something the consumer paid for that they're not getting. That's why I always try to make a conscious effort to make sure that everything that they're paying for they get. So we're gonna take the excess bit of sauce and paint these just like you'll see us paint the wings to get full coverage because our food cost calls for 3 ounces of sauce. That's what the guest is paying for. That's what we're charging. That's everything. So there's a reason for the recipe to be that. It's not 1.5 ounces. It's not 2 ounces. It is 3 ounces of sauce because this sub is just great and it needs to be that way. So this one's really simple. This is 2 ounces of blue cheese that we already have portioned out. That's going to go on the top of the roll. Then you're going to take 1 ounce of shredded lettuce and 4 half slices of tomatoes. Now exactly how we did it before, you're gonna press the tomatoes down so you could kind of come over with the bread because you don't want to just fold it over because then the blue cheese is all gonna be underneath. And it is very important for the stinger and every sub like this, whether it's blue cheese or mayo or anything, that stays on the top because there's a reason why you put it on the top. So you press down on the tomatoes, you come at an angle, like you kind of arch it around like that. So now I'm gonna have to wipe off the knife, which is fine. But you're gonna see me cut at an angle of where the chicken was as well. So just how I said before, I made a good cut to where the chicken's not falling out. And I always end up picking which one's the prettier side. Like how the lettuce is falling off on this one, I'm gonna put this one more so on the bottom and then plate that one on top. All right, so we're just gonna put the toothpick in, prop it up nice, and there it is. That's the Bluebird with sweet sriracha.